Dawn and Corey, tonight we spoke with a woman who jumped from a third-floor window to avoid being overcome by thick smoke, and also to two men who she credits with helping to save her life earlier tonight after a fire broke out at this apartment building on the 6400 block of South Morgan here in the Englewood neighborhood. The woman we spoke with inside who got trapped says that she was cooking when the next thing she knew, the whole kitchen was full of dark smoke. The fire department says it was first called in by two police officers who were patrolling this area, but that the fire fully engulfed both the first and third floors of the building before the fire department was able to arrive on scene. Now, a number of people were trapped on the third floor here, 3 total, according to witnesses. One of them was Tracy Walls. She has lived in the building for 5 years. She says she was overcome by smoke and had no choice but to jump from a third floor window. Meantime, on the ground, 2 neighbors say that they helped those police officers form some makeshift structure to help break their fall.
He grabbed the garbage can and told a couple of police officers, come on, grab these garbage cans. They came up and made like a mat for, something that they could jump on, and they coached them to jump out.
This guy right here, you hear me? This dude Smith, you hear me? He helped me, and he's a community activist. He helped me. They saved my life.
Neighbors told us and also told the fire department that all 3 people that were inside the building were able to get out. However, there are still hot spots that the fire department's working on, so they haven't had a chance to sweep the entire building. In terms of a cause, that is still unknown. Reporting from the Englewood neighborhood tonight, Anthony Ponce, Fox 32 Chicago.
Travell Miller Gilmore's 7-year-old daughter witnessed this entire shooting, and now her life is forever changed as the Chicago police continue to investigate this as a possible road rage crime.
My son was great anyway.
He was a son, a brother, but most proud of being a father. 33-year-old Travell Miller Gilmore is seen here with his 7-year-old daughter. Police say he was in traffic on Chicago Avenue near Sacramento when the gunfire rang out.
How in our community can you wake up at 7:30 in the morning while everybody is on their way to work and even have in your mind to want to shoot somebody on a busy street?
Police releasing clear images of the man they believe fired into Travell's car. The suspect was driving this silver Pontiac Grand Prix 2-door with tinted windows and no plates. As the bullets were flying, Travell's father says his son shielded his daughter.
The doctor had explained by the way the bullets were was that he was trying to protect her.
Miller Gilmore owned a business called Bar Twinders with his twin brother and was a single dad with full custody of his 7-year-old. He was on his way to drop her off at school.
And she's devastated. She have crying fits. You can see that when she starts thinking about it, she just break out into tears. They had an extremely close bond. They was close friends.
The family did set up a GoFundMe for funeral expenses. If you do know who this suspected shooter is, don't hesitate to turn him over to police. In downtown, Tia Ewing, Fox 32 Chicago.
From upstream, the Dan River in Eden, North Carolina looks like a peaceful spot for a tubing trip.
The Viano family is from Indiana, and they're visiting some relatives who said, yes, this is something we do.
Their attorney says the family didn't know the danger of the low head dam on the river.
So once you get sucked into that, it's a miracle for you to get out.
We are staying on top of breaking news tonight at 11.
In June, our sister station in North Carolina covered the breaking news of people missing on the river. 9 members of the Viano family went tubing. 5 of them, including a pregnant woman, drowned.
She's been difficult. It's kind of miserable to even be here.
Irene Viano was one of 4 who survived, waiting in the churning water 11 hours for a rescue, holding on by her pinky finger.
By the grace of God, I found a little hole that I was able to stick my pinky finger into, and that's what kind of held us there.
The Viano family is now suing Duke Energy, which owns and operates the dam.
They have to change this. This terrible, deadly drowning machine situation has to be changed. And I think they've been chosen to change it.
And they're calling for changes with the hundreds of other low-head dams on America's rivers. Sally Schulze, Fox 32, Chicago.
Dawn and Corey, enough people are taking the anti-parasitic drug ivermectin to treat COVID that the AMA, the FDA, and several other medical organizations are issuing louder warnings against it. The main reason, they say it's designed to treat parasites in animals, not viruses in humans, and that it can be dangerous, if not deadly, in humans.
It's been used to treat parasitic infections, things like tapeworm, hookworm, threadworm. You'll see those a lot in third world countries, but it's not approved for viral infection.
Still, ivermectin continues to be a drug of choice for some COVID patients.
If people are desperate, I know it seems really strange to us. We're hearing these stories, but people are desperate.
This week, Spotify's top podcaster Joe Rogan announced on Instagram that he is feeling better after taking ivermectin along with several other drugs after he tested positive earlier this week.
So we immediately threw the kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds, monoclonal antibodies, ivermectin, Z-Pak, prednisone, everything.
But despite that kind of anecdotal evidence of recovery following ivermectin use, doctors continue to point out the only time it's ever appropriate for human use is for parasitic infections, not viruses. Dr. McCoy says anyone who experiments with ivermectin as a treatment for COVID is rolling the dice.
They can actually have seizures, they can become disoriented, have hallucinations, and people have even gone into coma and people have died. It is not a drug to be taken lightly.
The Illinois Poison Control Center says that so far in the year 2021, it's received 7 calls of people having taken ivermectin for COVID. 6 of those calls came last month alone. Reporting downtown tonight, Anthony Ponce, Fox 32 Chicago.
I think the first purpose is to create some beauty in a neighborhood that's not seen as much beauty as it deserves.
Chicago artist Theaster Gates had a dream about flowers and people.
Maybe beauty to match the amazing beauty of our neighbors.
An oasis for those neighbors in a neighborhood that's not always peaceful.
To create a safe zone in a neighborhood where there's still bad things that happen.
Now, 3 years after he dreamed that colorful dream, Kenwood Gardens is opening to the public.
And I really believe that we all deserve open green space, public space, great air, beauty.
The garden is built on 13 abandoned properties donated by the city of Chicago in the 6900 block of South Kenwood Avenue, with $4 million provided by companies and foundations. It's made up of hundreds of flowering perennials, native prairie plants, bushes, and trees from all over the world, a garden metaphor for Chicago.
The idea for the entire garden is to create a community of plants. Not just individuals, and it's like, just how do these plants work together?
It's a hit already with the monarch butterflies, and when completed will also be used as a gathering place for residents and artists and a performance space for music and dance. They're calling it a Chicago Botanic Garden for the South Side.
We brought it to the hood, as I would like to say, and I think we need it, and I can't wait for the space to open up and impact the community that we all see.
Now, in addition to this garden, an edible garden is also under construction so that local residents can plant their tomatoes and veggies starting next summer. In Grand Crossing, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.